Bedtime. Bedtime. Don't stop, get it, get it. Look at us being on time. Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey. What's going down? What's cracking? What's popping? How you doing? I'm on the top today.
You look cute.
Thank you.
I think today's the first day I didn't see you before we went live.
Tis true. So you ain't know what I was rocking. Dang, y'all can't see my bun. I'm gonna have to link. I worked really hard on this bun. I want y'all to see my bun.
Like the first episode, we couldn't see your bun.
Dang. Right. I'm gonna have to put the bun right here like a unicorn. So y'all can actually see what I got going on. But
Hard for that look.
Welcome to episode 3 of Truth Carpet with LoveLoudd LLC. Thank you for joining me. Oh my goodness. We are going to jump right into it. Wait, let me see your shirt. What shirt you rocking? Oh, you got us on.
Yeah. I didn't know. I thought you were wearing your cartoon one, but it's cool. When I was practicing how I was gonna look in the mirror today, I was able to see everything, but I guess because of the split screen, we chopped. So your
right, so you can't even see. You can't even see what's going on down there.
Like this.
The whole time. Let them see.
Right.
Let them see the merchandise. Let them see the merchandise.
Your bun got chopped off. My sweater got chopped off.
Right. It's okay. We still cute. We still fabulous. We still fine. We still black and we still proud. Can I get an amen?
Amen. Thank y'all for joining us today.
All right. So first things first, we want to get into the flow of the show as always. So y'all know we have our dorm stories, and then we have our poem suite, our poetic suite 223. Yaya's going to be giving us a special piece today. We're going to have our hot topics, as you guys know. That's about friendship breakups and how that compares to, a romantic breakup and going through that. Trials and tribulations of being a friend.
Yes.
And then we have a scenario today. So instead of mail time, we have a scenario for you guys that we're going to share our opinions on, and you guys go ahead and chime on into that. And then we're going to end with our announcements. But Yaya, what are we starting off with?
We are starting off with a surprise. Well, we typically start off with a surprise either from Simone or Yaya. But,
right.
We are going to start off with a surprise, or actually a poem from Simone. Is entitled Racial Semantics. Everyone sees what's going on in our timeline right now.
Right.
There's a lot of, I hope I don't cry. There's a lot of, stuff going on with our Black community. And I just find it appropriate for Simone to start off with this poem.
As you can say, we never have no justice, so we'll never have no peace.
Right.
Give me just a quick second.
Oh, let me say this. So, like we did last time, Simone is gonna share her poem, and if you feel what she's saying, if you vibe with what she's saying, you can put the snapping emoji, clapping emoji, or you can hit the little hearts so that you can send her some love while she's sharing her piece. But enjoy.
Thank you. All right. I'm sick of all this semantic racist bullshit. You see, I usually don't say nothing, but today I'm giving my 2 cents. How dare you look down on others as if you're better and they're a nuisance? How would you feel if we hung your bodies from trees with nooses and walked down runways draped in blackface and excuses? Tell you to go back to where you come from as if you weren't born here, like your ancestors weren't kidnapped, stripped, whipped, and forced to make their lineage disappear. Raped and enslaved, not treated humane? How dare you fix your mouth to spew hate on their graves? Take a look in the mirror and stare yourself in the eye and ask yourself, how would you feel if you were too scared to walk outside? Because your skin color is a threat, your hairstyle is unacceptable, and your every move is being watched because your culture is so adaptable. Knowing they want to be you until it's time to be you. Stealing all your shit and not giving credit where it's due. Standing along the sidelines pretending they don't know how to help you. Until one day you realize they just don't want to. Give you just 1 month to show you just how much they really hate you. Spit dirt on your name, then smile in your face. Because deep down, they're afraid that you will surpass them in this race. A race that can never be won because will never be won. They tried to keep you from reading so you couldn't learn about the sun. Changed your name so you'd forget where you come from. Changed shackles to your feet just in case you tried to run. Not knowing that one day, we shall overcome. They'll purposely be disrespectful, then turn around to apologize because racism is 24/7, 365. You see, I'm sick of all this racist semantic bullshit, and I usually don't say nothing, but today I'm giving my 2 cents. How dare you look down on others as if you're better and they're a nuisance? How would you feel if we hung your bodies from trees with nooses?
Man, thank you, Simone, for sharing that piece. Every time I hear you recite it, it hits me differently. I'm just like sitting here choked up, trying not to cry. But what inspired you specifically to write that piece? Because I know this is your second piece on this topic.
It is. And I actually wrote this piece back in February because there was a story that came out. I can't remember what the school was. I believe the school was in New York, but there was a fashion show. Mm-hmm. And they were walking down the runway in blackface. I'm like, how dare you? Out of all the months out of the year, you choose to do something so rude and disrespectful on Black History Month. Which is why I specifically said in there, like, they give you just 1 month to show you just how much they really hate you. Because it seems like out of all the months in the year, it seems when February roll around, when you know it's Black History Month, oh, now y'all got all the digging and disrespect to say about Black people. Right. Why? What did we do? What is it about our skin color, our skin tone, our personalities, our culture that you hate so much? But yeah, you want to be a part of so much. I just don't get it, and I don't understand, and I probably never will. And I feel like it's not something for me to understand. But I finally posted it. I had an inclination to post it after Ahmaud was shot, and then this incident happened with George Floyd, and I was just like, you know what? I hate that I have to do it, but I have to do it, and these words need to be heard. Yeah. Because I truly feel, like I said in the poem, it's a race that can never be won because we will never be won, unfortunately. And that's honestly how I feel. Just look back on history and things that our culture has been going through from day one. Mm-hmm. So it's sad. It's really sad. And just to see in regards to what's happening in many different communities and how this is spiraling out in regards to being tired. I'm tired of being tired. I'm drained. I don't want to keep going down my timeline and seeing how insensitive people can truly be and how racism really is a part of people's day-to-day lives and how they really truly feel about another person. What makes you so much better? It really truly pisses me off, and it feels like I can't do anything. Mm-hmm. It hurts me that I can't. I'm sure there's something that I can do, but I can't do something alone. Like, we have to come together and truly figure out, like, what is it that we can do? Yeah. Which is why there are some out there that are looting. Hear my cry. Like, y'all gonna feel this pain. We've been feeling the pain. All y'all gonna feel this too. So you can't tell people how to hurt. You can't tell people how to heal. You know, it's unfortunate, but this is where we are. Yeah. This is where we are.
Like, history is continuing to repeat itself over and over again and using us as examples. And I remember one day, I think it was February, when I was just like, I wish somebody, so I have a poem too. And I was just like, yo, when is my poem going to be irrelevant? Like, make my poem irrelevant. Make me like, okay, it's done. But it's just like one thing after another of our people. And someone posted a picture earlier. I haven't even realized that it was so many of us lost our lives within the time frame of 1 month. Like, wow, like this is really occurring. But
It is, like, it's sad to say too, because I didn't even know about Breonna Taylor
yeah,
until the situation with George Floyd happened. And I was just like, how are these stories not being, like, how am I not hearing about this? That was my concern. And then it seems like now, since this has happened, there's a spiral of different stories
right.
that continue to come out in regards to discrimination and police brutality. Like, why are we being singled out so much? It's very hurtful. And
It is.
I'm honestly tired of talking about it, but we have to have these conversations.
Yeah. So speaking of this conversation, in our timelines, with us going through our timeline, we're seeing all these names pop up about who's being assassinated, basically. Like, they're killing us. So I want to know, well, we usually go into dorm story at this point, but with this topic, we want to kind of stick to the theme of it. Has anything ever happened while we were in college that kind of reminds you of these events that's going on right now?
Most definitely. The very first one that comes to mind is Oscar Grant, freshman at Clark Atlanta University. I'm so far from home, but it hit home for me because Oscar Grant, that took place in Oakland. I'm from Oakland, so it was hard for me to have that happen where I was from, and I couldn't be there. But I also felt just a sort of sense of peace being in Atlanta and seeing how everybody was like speaking out about it and having these marches and not wanting to tolerate what had happened to him and how he had been shot by the police. So being able to walk around campus and just see different types of flyers, like in his honor, that meant a lot to me, especially since I couldn't be home during that time.
Yeah.
That definitely meant a lot to me. Oh, Jesus.
That's how I felt before you started sharing your poem. I'm like, oh my God, please don't let me cry in this live. But yeah, that's how we feel, you know, like, for me specifically, I can sit in here and think about it and talk about it, or easily close out my app, because that's what I've been doing, like closing out my app because it's just too much to take on. But when stuff like this happen, or when we were talking about it on the phone earlier, it's just like you get choked up.
Yeah,
So,
I'm definitely planning on taking a break from social media after this. I'm like, I gotta go live. I can't not be on here, but I'm definitely gonna take a break over the weekend to breathe.
yeah.
Honestly, it's just a lot, and continuously up and down the timeline, it can be a lot to handle and deal with. We all need our mental break from it, whether we want to believe it or not. It's a lot, and it could weigh on us because this is us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So for me, the thing that stands out for my freshman year, it's a high and a low. The high is being able to vote for the very first time. I turned 18 when I was a freshman at college, and my first vote went to President Barack Obama. It was so exciting. So if you don't know, Simone and I attended a historically Black university, Clark Atlanta University, and we had a big viewing party in our community center. We were watching CNN live, everything, having a big party. And when they announced that President Barack Obama had won, we, students, we're excited. We're running down the promenade screaming like, Barack Obama, like celebrating. And then all of a sudden I remember, first it was public safety, like trying to calm us down or whatever. But first of all, as students, we're like, forget public safety, And then all of a sudden, I remember Atlanta PD did come to the campus. And, you know, I remember receiving a phone call from someone on campus saying, get inside your dorm right now. They on the news threatening that the KKK is going to be coming to all Black colleges down here. And I remember for not just that day, that week, but like a long while around that time, I was scared. Like, just to walk around campus or Atlanta in general, especially Atlanta's a Black Mecca. So I was just like terrified. Nothing happened, but just the fear that somebody can, a white person can put in my soul, just a threat. So that's for me, that's the memory that I have of what happened while I was in school. That was traumatizing for me.
Mm-hmm. Even the fact that we haven't had to even deal with these experiences is, it's annoying, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but at the same time, it's our reality.
Yeah. But the healthy thing is that we're able to talk about it.
Right. It helps to talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Ooh. Then can we go to on a lighter note?
Yes. So that was not our norm. For those who are new to joining our Truth Carpet, that's not our normal way to start, but I just felt like it was appropriate to start this way with this tone, because this is like basically what Simone just said. This is our truth. This is what we're living in. And
Right.
to me, it wouldn't have felt right if we didn't start with that poem and this discussion. So we are going to transition into Suite 223.
Hey.
Hey. So I'm actually going to share a poem today.
Whoop whoop. Hold on, let me get mine.
While Simone's trying to find her filter, Suite 223.
Ooh, that's too dark, y'all. Okay.
Suite 223.
What is this?
Get it right, girl. Okay. Suite 223 is the first dorm that we lived in the suites. Sorry, my computer. Suite 223. So this is our poetic suite, and this is where we go after we talk about dorm stories. So I'm going to be sharing a poem today. It is not an original poem, but if you have been paying attention to our Instagram, you will know that today's topic is specifically about friendships. So I wanted to share a poem about friendship. The poem that I am going to read today is entitled My Friend. It's a simple poem, and it's written by Keisha Shepherd. Okay. If you like it, don't forget the hearts. And it's not an original piece. If you just joined, this is not an original piece. Okay. I came across a fallen tree. I heard the branches whisper to me. Is this the tree I used to know? Is this the tree I helped to grow? A simple thing so long ago. We talked and sang I loved you so. And still do, even now as you sleep. I tiptoe around you. For you, I will weep. Recalling memories so sweet. You and I grew together. Our roots run deep. Entangled souls of this earth, we were destined to meet. Nothing can part us. Nothing can part us. I am you and you are me. My forever friend, you'll be. And that's that poem.
Snap, 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 snap.
The reason why I chose that poem is because I had a few, but I chose that one specifically because it mentioned the tree, the branches, the roots, all that stuff. And personally, I've become a plant mom, so I'm learning a lot about plants. But I loved how it talked about the depth of a relationship. Relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it's with family or people that's your friends or associates, everything has roots, and it takes effort to build relationships. It's just not something that you can just put on top of something, because it's not something that you can have without any foundation, because the wind can come and easily blow that away. But when you plant the seeds and you water it and give it proper light, and yes, sunflower, yes, when you give it proper lighting and all of the energy and the love and care that it needs, it grows and blossoms into something that's so beautiful. But then also, when you have that sunflower that's really beautiful, aka that friendship, that relationship, whatever it is, you still got to give it that sunlight. You still
Mm-hmm.
have to give it that fertilization. You still have to give it that water, that love, that care, that attention. Because if you don't, girl, I got a picture of Rosa. Rosa is my other plant. And one day I remember I woke up and she was limp like that. I literally started screaming like, "Oh my God, my plant is dying." I was on FaceTime with Raven. I was like, "My plant is dying. My plant is dying." And I showed her. She was like, "It's not dead, y'all. You just need to give it water." I was like, "I've been talking to it. I've been giving it sunlight. I gave it water. I gave it water like the direction said." But sometimes your friendships, your plants, your relationships need extra attention. It needs more water. Maybe the sunlight was draining so much energy, so much from its soil that it became limp. So I was like, "Okay, Raven, okay." I gave it some water. I went for my little walk jog and came back, and Rosa was alive. I was so
Come on,
grateful.
alive.
Yeah, she was alive. She was up. She was up. She was not limp. She was up. And I was just like, I will never do you wrong again, Rosa. I will check your soil. I will fill your soil. If you dry, I'm going to give you water. I will talk to you. I will love you. I will make sure you got everything that you need, boo. And that's how you treat a relationship with depth. A relationship that you care for, whether it's, like I said, your friendship, your boo thing, your coworker, your family. You have to give attention to those relationships. So that's why I
Right. And
feel
also too, like you have to give it room to grow. Like yo, that plant started in such a small pot, you're gonna have to
yeah,
repot it in a bigger one. Like you
I had
gotta
to learn
give it
that
room to
too.
grow. You could give it, you could, like you said, you can give it too much water, too much sunlight. You have to know how to balance out what that plant needs, just like your friendship. And then all friendships are different, just like all plants are different. Like you can't give the same love, care, and attention that you give to one friendship that you give to another one
Yeah.
because your friends' personalities are different. Their love languages are different. The give
Yes.
and take is
Yes,
different.
Logan.
So exactly. So in that regard, you have to know how to take care of them and what their needs and wants are in regards to your relationship. Come
Amen.
on, somebody. I know y'all feel that.
So actually, I'm loving this vibe. I'm loving this filter. I feel like Janae,
You really about to
angel.
keep that on?
Yes, I am. I'm gonna keep this filter on, honey.
You remind me of angel of mine. That's what you look like right now.
Yeah. That's what I look. They got the filter.
Oh my gosh, I'm not about to play with you right now. Okay. So let's go ahead and mosey on right along into the next phase of this show, which is
Hot
hot
topic.
topics.
Yes.
Ooh, come on with the tone. Okay, so our hot topic for today, as you all know, is about breaking up with your friends.
Dang. What's that, Sway? How, Sway? How you break up
How
with your friend?
have you ever ended a relationship with someone you considered to be a close friend? How did it end? Was there a conversation that had? What happened? You want me to start?
Please.
Okay. um, so yes, I have had a very close relationship that ended with a close friend in regards to my situation. To this day, I'm
A close
still
friend, like
not
that was your
100.
boo thing, or that was your boyfriend, or
Oh no, like friendship, not romantic relationship,
okay,
like
let us know.
my girlfriend, like my sister, like a close relationship like that. Sorry, let me go ahead and be clear on that. It's not romantic. So I had a super close relationship with her, pretty much family, but to this day, I still don't know how it fizzled out. Um, and I think it came to a point where we were growing apart, and our views were different. But in my heart, I felt like it was something that we should be able to get through. We had known each other for so long. I would say, shoot, the friendship was long. We had known each other since middle school.
Oh wow.
So like that relationship had grown over time. Um, and I believe that it ended due to a misunderstanding, because it got to a point where I would be reaching out and calling, sending text messages, and I wasn't receiving anything back in return. And I couldn't understand why. And I always had an understanding like, okay, you know, friends go through stuff. We basically like family. We fight, we argue, we kiss, we make up.
Right.
That's usually what happens, because as a friendship, you go through things, you're able to figure out how to get through it, how to avoid this the next time around.
Right. I mean, this is life, right? This ain't no TV
right.
show.
It's life, and that's things that happen. No relationship is perfect. But I'm also the type of person that's not going to pry and push too much. Like, I'm going to reach out to a certain extent, and if you don't get back to me, I'm going to take it as, okay, maybe you need some time to try to figure out if you want to reach back out to me or not. Maybe you going through something that I don't know about, you know? So I can only reach out so much in regards to, you know, our friendship.
Okay.
And I never was contacted back. Which was weird to me, and it hurt. Like, my heart was truly broken, and I think it made it worse because I lost a super close friend and my first relationship at the same time. So it was really hard for me.
You basically lost your best friend and your boyfriend, both of those poof at the same time.
At the same time, at the exact same time. So I was I was hurt. I was hurt twice, doubled it up. And trying to navigate to truly understand where it went wrong, still don't have any answers towards that. And I feel like it has something to do with miscommunication. I truly believe it has something to do with miscommunication. And I also think too, like, in regards to, you know, the age bracket being, you know, you think different in your teenage years and in your 20s than you do like by the time you get to your 30s. So I think it also may have something to do with the mind frame at that time, because I feel like if we were to have a conversation now in regards to what happened then, we could probably hash that out and still try to build on the relationship that we had before, because we were really close. And I'd be open to doing something like that. Because I have kindness in my heart. I see no reason as to why, you know, to hold hate or a grudge from a friendship that didn't end badly in my eyes.
Yeah.
Because we never like physically fought or anything like that. It was no danger to my family, with no threats or anything like that. I think it is something that slowly fizzled out. And I'm probably gonna have to talk and figure out exactly where that fell. But it probably is along the lines of miscommunication.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I've had a couple friendship relationships that died out. And they died out for different reasons. So my very first one that I guess stands out was I had a close friend that I called my best friend in high school. And that relationship, I remember it was the day of our graduation practice. And she had told me that, oh, well, you know, everybody said that they don't care about you. They don't want to be cool with you because you think you're better than everyone else. And I was like, how do I think I'm better than everyone else? I never said that. And she was like, well, I know you didn't say it, but it's because you're going to Clark Atlanta, and because you're going away to that school, you think that you're better than everyone else. So people said they don't really care for you. And I was like, at that point, I was just like, okay, they can say whatever they want. Like, I don't care. Like, if they didn't say it to my face or whatever, so I don't care. It's whatever. So when I went away, I kind of started anew with everything. Like, fine, I'll just start off fresh or whatever. Kind of find out it was a lie anyway. But just feeling like it was just really immature, those things that happened. And some stuff happened afterwards too, that I won't get into the specifics of. Not like that she like kind of hurt me specifically, but just her immature patterns and things that she was doing that was just like not truthful, or things that I wouldn't want associated with me. I was just like, nah. It was kind of like growing apart, basically, not saying what it is for one another. I've had other things that like kind of grew apart too. And then I feel like recently I had something where it was a miscommunication. Um, Something happened with a friend and I, and just through text message, the friend assumed that I was saying something, and that's not what I was saying. So I just asked, hey, if you really want to know what's going on, just give me a call. We could talk about it. And then that person was like, no, I'm good. It's not worth it or whatever. So I was like, the fact that you don't even care about me enough to have a solid conversation about what's going on. Because honestly, I was hurt. Like, the fact that you're going to think that, because she said something about like I'm throwing her under the bus. I chose somebody else over her and things like that, and that those texts was like kind of hurting me. Like, if you're my friend, why would you think that I would do something that low? And then if you did feel that way, why can't you call me? We can have a solid conversation about it to clear the air. And first of all, you would know that you would hear my story and say, oh, okay, I read your text wrong, opposed to what's going on with those assumptions. So I wrote down some little notes, and I say that the top reasons why friendships end are because what you said, Simone: misunderstanding, assumptions, miscommunication, he said, she said, weddings, and growth. I say weddings because
I'm about to ask, what you mean with?
I say weddings because sometimes I do know some people personally who when they got married, that's when they noticed that their friendship with other people weren't the same. And it's kind of like the whole bridesmaid situation. Even with Khloe Kardashian, just talking about TV, when was it Khloe? Sorry, it was Kim Zolciak. When she was getting married, her best friend was acting like totally like off. Like, she was supposed to be not the bridesmaids, the best woman. What's that called again? Sorry, I have this.
The maid of honor?
Yeah, sorry. She was supposed to be the maid of honor, and she wasn't at any of the events or anything. And later on, like I think like 2 days before the wedding, she finally broke down and told her why she wasn't there. But like their relationship was like a lot of friction and stuff because of what was going on during the wedding. But yeah, so let's see what other people are saying. Raven saying,
And I was about to say, if you show up, don't show up to my any bridal engagement, anything. Of course, it's gonna be some friction. Yeah.
like, why are you not there? We're supposed to be best friends.
You supposed to be here, ma'am. Of course, we got friction now.
Someone said, I think sometimes friendships and relationships grow apart. You may be experiencing different things in life. I think it's normal. It's fine to grow apart. I agree. So when we first started talking about this topic, I actually called Simone yesterday, and I was like, I'm not ready for this conversation because I really never had like a big blow up with friends. When we think about separating from people, you think about oh, F you, well, F you too, like a big argument. But sometimes it just silently grow apart. And what I was saying with Simone yesterday, like when you break up with a significant other, there's conversation that's had like, okay, are we together? Are we not? But in my examples of my friendships, that we grew apart or we're no longer friends, it just fizzled out. And there was never like a phone call or text message that, was had afterwards or anything. And then also what I mentioned too is that I'm really funny with my F word. I don't go around calling everybody my friend. So you're either my friend, you're my associate. I'm okay with having the categories: friend, best friend, associate, co-worker, family, like that. Those things are there for a certain reason. And I've had situations where somebody was a close friend and they got bumped down to, okay, that's my friend. Oh, you doing some funny stuff. All right, you just my associate.
Associate.
Oh, we just work together. Okay, you just my coworker. Or we just see each other. Like, we could be cordial. We ain't friends though, because friends don't do this and that. Or just like Ron said, we just grew apart. And Raven is saying jealousy can kill relationships as well. Yeah, I agree. Which is
Friendships have seasons. They was like, hey, watch them see. Some friendships are seasonal. Shoot, you gotta watch out because some people might just be around you just to get the energy that you giving out. They just like being around you and they want to hold on to what you got going. Oh, let me hitch along for this ride.
Yeah.
because you know, because she about to be popping or whatever the reason might be, but they want something that you have.
Yeah.
Like they're only in it for themselves. They're not truly being a friend.
They're mooching.
Which is why I think it's also important to have open conversations with your friends about your friendship. You know what I'm saying? You're like, if I can't come to you and talk to you about an issue that I have and we can't speak about it without, you know, going to blows or cussing each other out, why are we friends? We shouldn't be yelling and cussing at each other because we're having a conversation about how we feel about what one or the other may have done.
Yeah.
Like we should be able to hash that out and talk about it, which is why communication is so important. Like communication is on the top of my list for so many things. And it's so many things that go unsaid because some people want to, oh, let me just go ahead and sweep it on the rug. If it's something you don't like, then it's something you don't like. Oh, perfect example. Like when we were in school, I think I used to use the word bitch a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to use the word because the people that I used to hang around with before I started going to college, I was like, oh, this my bitch. Oh, me, bitch, whatever. And you told me, stop. You don't like that word being used. That you not my bitch. and at first I was like, but that's the term of endearment. But you didn't see it as that. And I had to respect the fact that you didn't want to be called that. So I stopped using it. I don't ever use it anymore, honestly. You know, that was me being young or whatever, you know, a young thing, you know. But you know, looking at it now, like, yeah, it can come off as super disrespectful. But whether I understood that or not, I understood that that's not what you wanted to be referred as. So
you have to understand the other person, what they want.
Right.
Like you said, the love languages. It's not about what you want to give, but what that person wants to receive from you.
Exactly.
And the other thing that you said about being able to have a healthy conversation with one another and not sweeping things under the rug. So I always say that with relationships, though it doesn't matter which category we're talking about, the test of it is quote unquote an argument. You can have a healthy argument or you can have a wow kind of argument.
Right.
But an argument is an argument. And I feel like when arguments are had, disagreements are had, confrontation, whether healthy or turmoil confrontation, is had. If you can have that and walk away from that and still be friends and like either see eye to eye or respect that you don't see eye to eye and still be friends, then that to me means that you're still friends. You're really friends. But if we can't, like, if I feel like if an argument, especially a petty one, can damage what we have, then we were never friends. So
right.
Like I feel like everybody who I literally call my friend, we had some type of disagreement or argument or fight, and we're still to this day friends. And the person I talked about earlier, we had a disagreement, and we can see one thing for me, like I cannot be in your face and be phony. I can't sit in your face and know, like, okay, this person, we had this kind of beef, and you're going around thinking this kind of thing about me, or you don't like me because of this, or certain situations. Like, I want to be able to talk about it, resolve it, and then move away from it. I'm not going to put up a phony face and act like everything is good when it wasn't just a second ago. It wasn't just about a week ago. Like, there's something we need to talk about it, and you can't respect me enough to have a conversation. Then obviously you don't respect what I thought we had a friendship. So we obviously don't have a friendship. So that's how
we gotta talk. We're gonna fight. We're gonna argue. We're gonna kiss. We're gonna make up. We're gonna party. We might fight again, but at the end of the day, we're able to get through it and get over it. That's the whole point of having, you know, each other as a friend. If you can't communicate, you can just go ahead and throw that whole thing out the window. Because I've seen on several different occasions, for whatever reason, I'm always in the middle between one friend and another friend having a disagreement. I'm a listener. I like to hear people out, and people like to, you know, ask my opinion on certain things to see whether or not they're wrong in the situation. So I don't mind listening. But hearing both sides, I usually tell both people, like, there's a miscommunication within, you know, y'all issue. Y'all need to talk it out. I'm not one to like gossip and go like, she said da 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 da, and she said blah 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 blah, or he said whatever. I don't do that. I take in information from both sides and see where the lines were crossed, and I let them know it's petty. Y'all need to talk. It's not that deep. Like, even at some point, I've even offered to be like, you know what, if you would like me to mediate to make sure that y'all are able to talk and get out what y'all need to say, I don't mind doing that.
I think
But
that's
I've honestly like seen y'all friendship and y'all can get through this. Like, I don't see a reason to throw away what y'all have unless that's what y'all want to do. But y'all need to talk. Like, you're not gonna get through nothing without talking. Like, it's not going to work. And I've seen too many friendships fall to the wayside based on a small piece of miscommunication that turned into something so much bigger, because one person is assuming one thing and now one person feeling another type of way, but that's not what that person meant, but that was never said.
Yeah.
So now come on now, we got to sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like sometimes I should probably stop being the mediator.
It kind of does. It could put you in an awkward space though. Like if the two people who you're in the middle of don't want to have that conversation, then it can make you feel odd. Like, especially if you're really cool, like you feel like you had the same equivalent relationship with both of them, and it's your birthday, and you want to invite both of them, but they don't get along. What do?
This happened to me in real life.
Okay.
And I ended up not inviting one. There were because I was closer to one than I was to the other one. Like, one was like an initial like new friendship because I met them through the friend I was closer with.
Okay.
So I saw no reasons to have to choose sides and be like, ooh, I don't know. I didn't know that other girl that well, but I knew the situation and I know what took place was rude. So I was like, I want to keep that energy away from my party and my space. We can celebrate another time if she really want to hang out for me for my birthday.
Okay.
But I'm going to invite her because I've known her a lot longer. I literally just met you, and the vibe that you're giving off based on the situation, I don't like it. Okay. So when she found out that I had my party, I didn't invite her. Oh, it was a whole big thing. She didn't want to be cool with me no more. And I'm like, you haven't even known me that long.
Yeah.
Like, so you exit me out as a friend, that's cool. I don't mind that at all. But you know, I felt like I chose the right person to come to my party. Dang. It was my party.
But it's your party. You can do what you want to.
Exactly. And I didn't want that negative energy.
Yeah.
Because it got to a point where she literally did not want to be around her or hear that girl's name because of the way that she treated her. So it was just kind of like,
I mean,
it was the easy decision to make.
But I feel like at this age, if I had a situation where I feel like I have a same relationship with both people and they're not getting along, then I would say, and I really want both of them there, I would say, you know, on this day I'm having this party and I know you're not getting along with Tabitha right now, but I love Tabitha too, and I'm inviting both of y'all to my party. It's up to you if you want to come, but if you do come, we're going to act as adults. We're going to give respect to one another. If you don't want to be around her, cool, stay on one side of the room, blah, blah, blah. It's up to you, but I would love to have you there. Because I feel like we're too grown. Like, just, you know, act cordial around her. You ain't got to be in her face and acting phony and stuff. You're not there for her. You're there for me to celebrate something with me. So.
Exactly. I'll definitely do the same thing too. Like, it's up to you to come and be cordial. If you choose not to come, that's of your own doing.
Right.
But I'm letting you know that you're invited. That's that. Like, you can figure out what you want to do from there. At least you can't say I didn't extend you an invite because, like you said, I love you both. Yeah. Y'all both my friends. So
I think too, like, so I'm thinking about the Housewives when Cynthia had her party and Nene was already there, and then all of a sudden walked in Kenya. And Nene got upset and she was like, well, why didn't Cynthia tell me? She knows I'm not getting along with Kenya right now. Why wouldn't she tell me that she was coming to the party? I too would probably think that in my head, like, Simone, no, I'm not getting along with Tabitha. Why wouldn't she tell me that Tabitha's coming to the party? But then at the same time, I wouldn't be as like immature and say, like, make a big deal of it or anything and say, okay, Tabitha's here, I'm about to be petty, da, 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 da. Like, no, because at the end of the day, first of all, I know that you're friends with Tabitha too, one. And then two, like, I'm not about to mess up my image. Not that I'm like on a TV show or anything, but period. Like, people going to see me at the party with a funky face and they going to be seeing Tabitha having the time of her life. So, like, oh, what's wrong with Yaya? Why she looking all stank in the corner? Like, no, Tabitha ain't about to mess up my time. I'm about to have a good time and just like point blank, period.
Okay, so what if you saw an ex-friend sub tweeting, posting, Facebook and Instagram, and sub-posting, period,
Period.
about our relationship. How would you feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie, I would feel some type of way. If I genuinely called that person my friend, because remember I said I'm funny with the F word. So if I called that person my friend, whether it's like a girlfriend or a guy that I dated or something like that, and you're subliminally tweeting or posting about me, were we really friends? One, that's my question. And two, this really happened. It did happen to me. I saw somebody who I used to date subtweeting about me. And yes, I did want to respond. So someone in there said, yeah, I would respond. The old me would have responded. Like the teenage me would have, the 23 before would have responded. But now I wouldn't because of screenshots. And because, like, why would I even give that person that energy? Like, one, I feel like if it's an old friend and you know I'm following your page, you're probably posting what you're posting. So in the hopes that I will see it. I'm not about to give you that energy that you want me to give you and prove to you that I saw it and then look stupid to other people that's following you and comment under it or do whatever. Like, I'm not about to do that. God bless you, honey. Do what you gotta do. But it does feel really uncomfortable to be in that situation when you see somebody who's subliminally posting about you. It's just like, oh, like did you ever have any kind of respect for me, or like you saying this to me in my face, but then you tweeting this out loud? So I guess we were never friends, or we were never booze or nothing. What about you?
To a certain extent, I feel the same way. Just kind of like, oh, now you're showing your true colors. That's how you really felt. But on the other hand, it's like, I'm not going to automatically assume that you're talking about me because I want to keep my peace in the space that I got my energy in.
So I'm not go that way.
Right. I'm not going to even be too concerned about it because, one, it's a subtweet, so you're not even really using my name.
Okay.
Petty.
Yeah.
Then on top of that, like, as long as you're not putting out information that I told you in confidence, I'm not going to care. That's the one thing that'll be a big thing for me. Like, as my friend, I sat and I poured my heart out to you. I gave you information that was private.
Yeah.
So if you're putting out any information based off us having like a falling out and not being friends no more, and you want to go ahead and blast that, that's what I would have a problem with. And that's most likely something that I would respond to.
I think that is so disrespectful, whether it's on social media or on a phone call or in person. If and when we are friends, at least have enough respect to keep whatever I shared with you during that time private. Like, if I told you right now, as my friend, every time I go in Target aisle 5, I pick a wedgie. Stupid example, but it's an example. And then all of a sudden we're not friends, and then now the whole world knows, yeah, go on aisle 5 and pick wedgies. Like, why would you do that? Like, okay, we're not cool right now. We had a falling out, cool, but at least respect what I had to say. Because you don't want me to, I would never still, like, I wouldn't scoop to anybody's lower level like that, but I would never go out and share anybody's information because that's just disrespectful. Like, at least respect what we had, even though we don't have it anymore.
You can still respect it. And that goes along with being cordial. Like, just let it be what it was. At one point, we had a really good, tight, close-knit friendship, and we was good. You ain't got to make it extremely bad. It ain't that deep.
Right. That was a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so instead of mail time, I told you we had a scenario. Yeah, so here we go, yo. So what's that scenario? Hey. Okay, girl? So my friend said, apparently, I cannot be one of her bridesmaids since I'm too dark and people will be wearing yellow.
Wait,
my confidence just okay, let me run it back. My friend said, apparently, I cannot be one of her bridesmaids since I'm too dark and people will be wearing yellow. My confidence just went to 0.
Somebody really said that?
I hope it's not true. I hope they said it as a joke, but baby, if that's true and that's what they said, that's not your friend.
Okay, so
that's not your friend.
Just so the people know, this is a tweet that was going out. Somebody tweeted this saying basically, so if okay, I'm your best friend Simone, and you're telling me that I can't be your bridesmaid or in your bridal party because I'm too light. No, I'm too dark, and y'all
Too
you're
dark.
gonna be
You too
wearing
dark.
yellow. So basically, yellow does not look good on me, so I can't be in
It
yellow.
does not.
And they started off saying, "My friend told me, girl, you ain't my friend." Bye. Like what the?
Like, and then I think the part that really gets me is like my confidence just went to zero. Like, first of all, if you are my friend, the last thing that I'm expecting you to do is to push my confidence to zero. We're friends.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, whatever you got going, I support you. I love you. Do that shit.
Right.
I support you 1,010%. I support you more than anybody else is saying they support you because I'm the one that's going to have your back at the end of the day. That's how confident I am in you and what you got going. Do it. Mm-hmm. Like, what you're not going to do is have me feel like I'm less than. You are supposed to be my friend. And I feel like it's red flags like that people need to pay attention to in regards to people that they maneuver and hang out with. It'd be like little digs. Mm-hmm. Oh, I said it as a joke. I was just kidding. No, you meant that.
That joke got
somewhere along the lines, you meant that.
Yeah. No. First of all, the first time I saw that tweet, I was like, who is this and why is he or she saying that? Because first of all, yellow looks so beautiful on melanated sisters.
Come on.
I think yellow looks good on me and Simone, but on brown skin, chocolate women, it just radiates a different way. So how you gonna tell me that yellow basically does not look good on me so I could sit in the pews and watch you get married? Like, that sounds so dumb. Second of all, if I'm supposed to be your friend, for me, if I feel like, okay, I have different size friends, or I have friends who are more conservative than others, but I really want them to wear a low V cut dress or show some cleavage or something, I want to find a creative way to have my bridesmaids wear something and still have them a part of it. So I know Simone doesn't like to wear her boobs. I'm going to make sure she has like straps that come up or something, something creative. If I know like this color maybe doesn't rock well or fit well with this person, maybe I'll have pastels or different colors. But to find it like an excuse of saying, oh, well, we're having this certain color, so you can't be in it. Yes, I agree with Priscilla. Definitely not your friend. That's not your friend.
Mm-hmm. Not at all. Not one little bit. Like, too baby. I'm just sorry. Too dark and yellow. It just get rid of that friend, baby. If that wasn't a joke and you truly meant what you tweeted, please X-nay that person out your life ASAP.
I mean, at first I was wondering the age, like how immature are you to say such a thing? Then I was wondering the race, like just different things. But at the end of the day, since the word friend was used, all that stuff is etched out. Like, you're literally not my friend if you have the cojones to say that to me. Like, I ain't even coming to your wedding and watching that shit. Like,
right, you still want me to come?
My ex-friend.
Right. Nope. Deuces. Like Chris Brown said.
For real.
All right. And last but certainly not least on today's episode, we have announcements for you all before we go into our Q&A.
Okay. So, May announcements. For May, we have our question of the month. Basically, our question of the month is asking you, if you were to entitle this chapter of your life, what would that title be? If you go to our website and answer under Truth Carpet, it's Truth Carpet, right, Moni?
Yes, it's under Truth Carpet. We have a groups tab. We have a groups tab, and there's a Truth Carpet in the groups tab.
Okay, so on our website, if you answer under that tab, you will be entered for a chance to win 50% off of any merchandise that you buy off of our website.
So it could be this, we got t-shirts too, and we got buttons. We got poetry books.
Yes. We do have one free item though, which is not on our announcements. We have a free item, which is our journal. So you can get that right now today for free.
Right, all you gotta do is subscribe to the website. Go to the website, put your email in, boom. You got our self-love journal in your inbox. Hello. Love yourself.
All right, next announcement, Moni.
We have our vibe of the week. Y'all can't forget that every single Wednesday, Yaya and I are battling it out so we can put the top songs on our Love Loud Vibes playlist on Spotify.
Yes.
So I'm going to post a song with the quote of that day. She's going to post a song with the quote of the day. And then y'all have to vote. Is it her song or is it my song? Which you vibing with? Hence, vibe of the week.
But not just vibe, though. Not just vibe. You got to choose whose song fit that quote better.
Like, right, because some of y'all just looking and not voting. I be seeing. Y'all not voting. Now, don't have me start calling y'all out. Stop looking and not voting.
And
stop looking and not voting.
Please.
Vote, please. Make sure you vote. Exactly. We're going to have a good, and you can find us on Spotify. You can start following the playlist right now. It's already up there. Love Loud Vibes. Link is in the description.
Yes. All right. And then our next announcement is mail time.
Mail time.
So not each week. Every other week, Simone and I will be going live on our IG, and we will bring different topics. So today it was about breaking up with friends. And we will let you know the topic, and we will extend an invitation for you to send us mail. You can share a scenario with us. You can send us questions, whatever you have about that topic, send it to us. Even if it's not about that topic and you have something on your heart and you're like, bro, I am going through this situation right now and I need to know what Simone and Yaya will say about this situation or whatever. Send that letter. Let us know what your questions are, what your scenario is. You might have a
situation scenarios.
Yes, your friendship breakup was probably more juicy than the scenario that we got off of Twitter.
Right. Or you might find a scenario you want us to talk about. Send that too. You might find something we don't see.
Right.
So send it our way. Screenshot that thing and we will read it on the show.
Yes. And then so like last time someone sent us a letter and we read it anonymously. So we don't have to say, oh, this is from Queen Don't Fit. This is from Ace the Boss. This is from who else but PC. Let us know you want it to be anonymous. We will not say your name.
We definitely will not.
Yes.
Next thing, subscribe to our YouTube channel. This is episode 3. So if you've missed episode 1 and episode 2, you can definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out both of those episodes, as well as this one, because it's going to be on there tomorrow.
Yes.
And every episode after that. So you might miss us going live. You can always catch the replay on YouTube.
Yes. Also, there will be more content on our YouTube channel aside from these things. So even if you watch every time, which I love and I appreciate, please still subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Let's get this thing going. Support Black businesses. If you like what you see, if you're enjoying the vibes, if you enjoyed the last times that we got on here, let us know by inviting friends. We will appreciate that. Okay.
And the very last thing.
Yes. The very last thing. Last thing.
Right, last thing. We are going to be ending this portion of our live and inviting you guys to come back for our Q&A session. So any questions that you may have in regards to friendship breakups, in regards to relationships, in regards to Love Loud, in regards to what we ate today, I don't know. Whatever questions you might have, you can go ahead and ask that on our next live. It's going to be happening literally in 2 minutes. So we're going to end this one and jump back on into another one. So we will see y'all there.
Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.